What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and today is going to be packed with a bunch of charts. We're going to go over the Dow, the S&P, DXY, Bitcoin, Tesla, gold, and silver. Definitely stick around for the whole video. I'm going to show you why I don't believe the bottom's in for any of these markets. I'll show you why. As you guys know, everybody's been waiting for the invalidation of the Amazon chart. Well, we have invalidated the Amazon comparison, like as in going above the 55 EMA with a weekly open and close above. But if we look at bubble pop patterns, it's still in line with any other bubble pop pattern. I do not believe the bottom's in. I'm going to show you why. We're also going to take a look at the 4-hour and show you a trade that's coming up. Both a bullish and a bearish view of it. So definitely stick around for the whole video. If you like that sound, make sure you smash those thumbs up, leave your comments down below, share the video, and subscribe if you haven't already for daily updates. All right, let's take a look at what's going on. So the Dow Jones, as you guys know, I do have a target down here of 30,222, but I think if we do go in the bear market, I'm expecting we have much lower to go. We could see that bottom by the end of this year. As you guys know, I've talked about the Bitcoin bottom being sometime in September, October of this year for over a year now. On December 2nd, 2021, I made a video on it and I said September, October, look for the bottom of Bitcoin. Now, everybody thinks I'm bearish on Bitcoin and I think it's going to zero. That is not the case. I think that is an opportune time to get back into the markets and into Bitcoin. Also, Tesla. I'll show you my targets. Let's take a look at what's going on. So right now, our resistance is 31.2. It looks like the Dow pre-market. The Dow will probably be open by the time this video comes out, but the next resistance level would be about 32.6. But I do believe once we lose this 31.6 again, our next stop is 30,887. Probably get a bounce there back up into this range before coming down, or we just get a quick swoop down. But either way, 30,222 is my next target, and then much lower for the end of the year. So let's take a look at S&P. So the S&P looks like a bear flag forming here. My targets are, if we break this 3,850 range, if we break that, we'll probably get a little bounce, of course, at 200 EMA, but once that's broke, looking for 3350. If the 3350 breaks, we could come all the way back down to retest this long trend line right here down to around the 30 or 2650 ish. And if you look at the RSI, we are forming a rising wedge here. If this does break down, we have much further to go, so just be careful there. DXY, as you guys know, we were looking for a bounce here at the 109.9. We actually looked for our first bounce at 102.65, which was the golden pocket zone. We can take this off of here now. And we did get our bounce at the 0.786. So if this is a big wave 1 and 2, our next wave is huge for the dollar. Now, if we break this low, this low here, if we break this low, this could change everything, and then maybe everything gets bullish. But as long as this holds and we come up, markets are in pretty bad trouble, guys. If you guys are interested in trading before we get into Bitcoin and the rest of the charts, definitely check out Prime XBT, by far my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you. They do help support the channel and sponsor my videos, so definitely check them out. Links down below. Use my promo code SAVVY50. It'll get you up to a $7,000 bonus. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off your fees. You can trade crypto, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, pre-markets, post-markets, everything, all from one exchange, guys. Definitely check it out. And let's take a look at the monthly. So on the monthly here, if you look at the monthly and take this stuff off, it really doesn't look all that bullish, right? Looks like we're having a bear market rally, just like every other bubble pop pattern. We did break out here. Now, there is a target of this falling channel all the way up around the 31.5 area. We've talked about that for a while. Let's see how this monthly closes. If we do close, have a huge drop and close below this, what is today? 27th. If we have a huge drop and a huge sell-off, close below here, this hidden bearish divergence still remains. But either way, I think we have another touch coming on this bottom trend line, and that just being a falling channel, right? Which we haven't touched yet. I think this area will be somewhere in our bottom, if I'm correct about the bottom being sometime at the end of this year, September, October-ish, maybe a little bit later. Let's take a look at the weekly. So the weekly, if we draw a trend line off of these two tops here, which were right here, that would get us as high as 32.8. Now, like I said, we'll go into the smaller time frames and look for what's going on. But if you look at the weekly here, we have made what looks to be a weekly reversal candle. Now, if we break this high at this 28.9, then possibly this will be invalidated. But as of right now, it is looking like a reversal candle, guys. So let's take a look at. All right, so this was our target here, the 28.7, which we went just a little above, but that was just a breakout of this falling wedge right here. If we take the longest part of the wedge from the touch here, bring it up, that's what got us this target. Now, this could have been the top here. Again, we'll zoom in on the 4 hour and see what that's saying, but we also have this yellow dotted line going here, looking at this as a broadening wedge, and that gets us, or I'm sorry, a falling wedge. That gets us to that 31.5. So that's still a possibility if and only if we break this 28.6. Otherwise, I do see us coming back down to at least retest this trend line, depending on how long it was to take. Could be between, 18.4 to 19.7, depending on how long this takes. If that breaks, then we're coming down to our 12.8. And then, of course, our 9,500 range, and then still a possibility getting down to these lows. But remember, once this RSI gets down here, then we'll know the bottom is very close once we retest this again, if we retest that again. All right, so let's take a look at the 4 hour. Let's zoom in here, right? So you can see the trend lines I have in here. If we break above this, depending on how long this will take, so let's say 28.3. We break above the 28.3, then our target is 30,500. If we break below, where is this at? 27.5, say. If we break below that 27.5, break this 55 EMA, which is around 27.3. Our target's about 25.2, 25.3, which will also line up with the 200 EMA here. I would expect a bounce there, but that doesn't mean that it's going to go to new all-time or break this high, right? If we do break down below here, I'm looking for 25.2. And if that breaks, then we have another target down here around 24.2. 24.2 breaks, we could be heading back down to test this trend line here between 19 and 18.5, somewhere depending on if, when, and where it hits here. If that breaks, then below 10,000 is in the cards again, guys. I still think we're going to see new lows this year, guys, so be careful. Of course, none of this is financial advice. And you know what? If it continues up from here and you think it's going to buy, by all means, buy all you want. You do you. I'm telling you what I'm doing, right? So, as you can see, here's the dot-com bubble. This was what we were watching, the 55 EMA. We did get up above that, but as we've looked at this whole time, we could have had the false bottom here, right here, when we broke the weekly trend line, and just a continuation down to our new lows. I still think that's a very good possibility, and I'll show you why. Here's the Nintendo bubble pop. Look at this rally, and look at this rally. Do you see the similarities, guys? And remember, once this bear market rally is done, it drops pretty damn quick. So just be careful, guys. I still think our lows are going to be down here. Bubble pops always return to these lows, right? So just be careful. This is still a bubble pop pattern, 100% in my opinion. Now, as you can see here in the Sony bubble pop, same thing. We had a bunch of false bottoms in the Sony. Could we see the same thing? Absolutely. All right, let's take a look at oil. As you guys know, we made this target last year in July, 62.54. People said it never happened. It was going to $200 or 175, whatever. Never happened. Still think we have not quite hit it yet. If we do hit this and break this 62.50, I have a $27 target for oil. Now remember, when traditional markets crash, everything goes down with it. Gold, silver, always has. The only thing that rises in the bear market is the DXY. Guys, we're looking at the market as a whole. I'm not tunnel visioned on Bitcoin or tunnel visioned on the S&P or any of that. It all goes together, and they're all lining up saying the bottom is not in. Tesla, we've had this target since way back here before this broke of last year, 2022 in July. We made these targets. We hit all of our targets on the way down. We got our bounce off our one. These were the bounce areas to watch for in the blue. We broke this one and boom, we got our bounce here, came back up. We have not made a reversal pattern yet at all. I do believe it's possible we come up to retest this trend line, but it doesn't have to. We could actually move this trend line to here and say, I don't see it getting above this 20 or 224. Nevertheless, I have a target towards the end of the year around 40 to 50 bucks, maybe 60, but definitely under 100 bucks down here, in my opinion. I do believe we'll see that. You can see in the RSI, plenty of room for downside, guys. I do think we have much more downside for Tesla. I'm looking to be a buyer down in these ranges, 50 to 60 bucks. Gold did break this high here. I was looking at this as a 1 and 2. We can raise this 2 up, and then that shows us, much lower lows. But this chart is about 2 years old. We've had a target of 1559. If that breaks, 1450. If that breaks, a much lower lows for gold. Remember, everything comes down when the traditional markets come down. The traditional markets look extremely bearish to me. Just play with caution if you are playing these markets. Be careful out there. Don't get into all the hype. You got the YouTubers now calling 50K again. Well, you remember what happened when they called 100K. You got Saylor buying. You remember what happens when Saylor buys. It's a top indicator. So let's take a look at silver. Silver, my target for over 2 years, or about 2 years, has been 1562. If that breaks, looking for like $7, guys. This could get a lot worse. I've tried to warn you guys of this. Nothing's changed in the bigger picture at all. Just be careful out there, guys. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget, smash the thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. The comments are getting pretty spicy, so the top is definitely very close for Bitcoin before the reversal. You get a lot of people that haven't been in Bitcoin long, don't understand it, that watch all the bullish guys and just make rude comments. You can see them down below. Take it easy, guys. I'm out. I'll see you in the next video.